Hello everyone and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video, and today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Mysterio from the Molten Man Build-A-Figure wave. Here we have Mysterio displayed in the front window with his additional hands, his Build-A-Figure piece, and then down near the bottom we do get the Spider-Man Far From Home title logo. On the side we do have some artwork, basically just Mysterio standing there, and I'd say he's staring at us, but I guess I'm not sure. And that is going to be the same artwork on both sides. On the back, we get that same artwork again, but we can see this time he has his fist up in the air, and we do have a brief read-up. The Master Illusionist Mysterio battles his foe Spider-Man using his wits and the technology embedded in his suit. And then down at the bottom of the back there, we do have all the other figures needed in this wave to complete the Molten Man Build-A-Figure. At the very bottom of the package, we do have the UPC code, so you can check with your local retailer to see if they have this in stock. But enough about that, let's get this open and take a look at Mysterio. And here is Mysterio outside of his packaging, and as I was messing around with him, posing him and things like that, I like it. It's a good looking figure. Hasbro gave us a very unique sculpt, and not reusing a bunch of parts and things like that, which for the MCU characters, they're usually unique, so I'm okay with that. But it does look pretty good. I really like how they brought Mysterio into the MCU, just using technology and things like that, instead of being a movie special effects artist. And I think it translates well here to the plastic. I do wish we would have gotten some accessories for him, primarily some spell effects or things like that. So that is probably the biggest letdown, is that we don't have anything to showcase his powers. Now, speaking of accessories, though, he does at least come with one extra set of hands, which are going to be these fisted hands, which, it's good. I'm glad we actually got fisted hands so that he can fight. And then the other hands that come with him out of the package are going to be these spell casting hands. And that's the main reason why it would have been nice to get some spell effects, because we got the hands to do it. Now, when standing straight up, this figure is coming in at about 6 1/4 inches tall, which makes him about 15.9 centimeters. So he is a decent height, going to scale just fine with the other MCU figures. But since he doesn't come with any other accessories, we already looked at the hands, really not much else to talk about here, so let's go ahead and just jump in, get a look at the sculpt work and paint here on Mysterio. And getting up close here on Mysterio, well, there's not a whole lot to look at, right? It's just the classic fishbowl here with some little specks throughout, and then we can see that we get some flakes and a little pearlescent look here, just to really help kind of bring the shimmeriness, I don't know if that's a word, of that to life, and it looks pretty good. Looking down at the trim, though, you'll see that it kind of looks like that part there is the beginning of a collar, and that is the front of the fishbowl. That's at least what it looks like to me. What do you guys think? I think so. I think this is meant to be the front. So that looks pretty good. Looking at the cape, we can see the clasps do have a different design to them, and it looks pretty good. And we actually got purple right there in the eye. Wonder if that's intentional. I assume it is. But pretty cool looking. And then looking at the back of the cape, some very cool artwork here, and that is done in kind of a metallic green paint, so that came out looking really cool. On the back side, though, not a whole lot else other than we do see those little spots there with some more of that green paint in it, so pretty cool looking. Looking at the rest of the armor and things like that, we get that shiny metallic green once more, and you do actually have some gold paint there. And again, we can see that everything is just very shimmery on him. A lot of metallics. And you got some fabric design. The gauntlets came out somewhat basic in my opinion. Just has some, no intricacies really to it in terms of glyphs and things like that. It's just the lines and such. So that's meh. I would have liked seeing more there. Get a little metallic purple. And I do like the thigh cut is very well hidden on here. And then looking real quick just at the hands on the back side, we get that eye design one more time on both hands, whether it be the fisted or the open hands. And the boots look pretty good. So, I mean, overall, the sculpt is actually really well done. Not a whole lot of paint to it. One thing is you can see the gold here on the lower torso doesn't match the upper torso. I don't know if that is intentional. I guess I'd have to go back and watch the movie if there's that big of a difference, but I feel like obviously that would be one piece of armor. So that is one thing that it does kind of throw off there. Now, looking at the articulation, so obviously you have a head that can go all the way around. It can actually look down and up if you wanted it to. So if you keep that orientation, you can actually, like, you get the sense that he's looking up, even though, you can't see anything. He does have shoulders that can come up quite a ways, but I will say be cautious. I don't know if it's just mine or the peg, but I'm already starting to see stress marks when I was flexing this elbow or this shoulder up. I'm seeing stress marks on the peg in there. I don't know if I'll be able to see it without getting more stress marks, but either way, just be cautious with that. You do have full bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then you do have a hinge and rotation there on each of the hands. He does have a diaphragm joint, doesn't do a whole lot of crunch forward, in fact hardly at all. It can crunch back actually quite a ways, and the sculpt continues, which is nice. And then it does have full rotation, and actually as you rotate it around, you can see some of that design there on the side. Pretty cool looking. And then you do get some back and forth on that as well. I actually like that choice for this character. And even though it looks like there is a waist swivel down there, there is not. You only have the diaphragm joint. Legs come apart about that far. Kick forward quite a ways, actually. Backwards, not too much. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed knee. And then he does have a hinge and ankle pivot. And that is going to do it for this review, everyone. So overall, if you can find this figure and you are an MCU collector, I would say pick him up. He actually has pretty decent posability, and I was surprised by that. Even having him in poses like this sort of defensive stance with the mixture of the fist and the gesture hand, it actually looks really good. That diaphragm joint really helps to just show off that. And I still think that you can see a direction that he's looking by making sure you have the proper orientation there on that headpiece. But yeah, definitely, like I said, worth picking up though if you are an MCU collector. If not, then take a pass and pick up either the retro Mysterio that's coming out or the one that already came out if you could ever find it. But anyway, like I said, that is it for this review. Make sure to hit that thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe for more content just like this. And as always, thanks for watching my video and have a great day.